Dudes, it's Gaz, and welcome back to the WARFRAME video. So we got a news video today with some big announcements over the last, basically 24 hours in WARFRAME. We got some Eclipse changes, like basically what looks like the final changes to Eclipse, and we've also got some massive Twitch drop changes for WARFRAME. So this is some stuff that you're going to want to know if you want to be getting these, Umbra Forma drops and Archon Shard drops from the DE streams. And also, yeah, Mirage is getting basically buffed. So we're going to be going over all this stuff today. But before we get into it, make sure to sub this channel. We do daily WARFRAME video uploads. I appreciate all the support on the recent videos. And yeah, I'll keep on making videos. So come on, stop the live stream channel if you want to come hang out and theory crafts some videos with me and all that stuff. But if not, yeah, appreciate all the support either way, guys. All right, let's get right into it with the news. So let's start with the thing that most people already probably know about because it was on the little dev short with Rebecca and Steve. It's going to be the Eclipse changes, or rather the lack of changes to making it weaker like it was going to be. So if you didn't know this, the way Eclipse is going to be changed, the ability of Mirage will be changed. You can toggle it between the light and the dark buff in the Dante Unbound update. The way it works right now, basically wherever you're standing, if you're in the darkness, you'll get a damage reduction buff, so basically you take less damage from enemy attacks. But if you're staying in the light, you get a damage increasing buff, like where your guns deal more damage. It's extremely powerful, scales with strength. It's got good math on it too. It's not just like a Serration buff, it's like a final damage increaser. So that 596, you can get 1000% damage in some situations with this. So that's going to still be the case, and the way it will be, you'll be able to toggle it between light and dark. You won't have to stay in any particular spot. So if I'm in the light, it doesn't matter. I can just hold down the button to go into darkness mode. I can hold down the button to go into light mode again and again and again. It does not seem to care about light level in the area either. So that's being changed. You'll have massive quality of life. But what they were going to do, they're like, okay, well, we're going to make it so easy to get that light buff now. We got to nerf it, basically. They're like, we have to nerf it. But what they ended up doing, they were going to nerf Mirage herself and the Helminth, but now they're going to cancel the Helminth nerf. Let's just read what they have right here. On Dev Stream 177, we outlined our upcoming changes to Mirage's Eclipse in making the ability a toggle, tap or hold. We also changed the buffs to an additive bonus similar to Chroma's Vex Armor, or Serration, basically, instead of a final multiplicative. To elaborate further with some math, we changed it from 200 final to 350 stack multiplicative. So basically, they were going to change it to a Serration instead of like a ridiculous buff like it was right now. But here's what's actually happening now. After reviewing community feedback and discussing it internally, we are reverting the latter change. Eclipse will remain a 200% final multiplicative for Mirage herself. And the Helminth subsumed version will be multiplicative and match the exact number for Roar, which is 30%. Please note it won't be an exact upgrade over Roar. The difference between abilities will remain. Something to change as we continue to play around with it, but we want to provide an update as we continue to develop and read further feedback. So, yes, Mirage herself is being basically she's just being, honestly, Mirage is being buffed. But the thing that's getting nerfed is the Helminth version of this. That's going to be getting a nerf for sure. So one of my main frames I use Eclipse on is Ivara, because you can just go invisible forever, basically. And when you're invisible, you can keep your light level buff. Now, that whole snapshotting Eclipse thing will not matter anymore. But I'm just showing you like what the situation is. So they're going to be nerfing this down to base 30%. So it's base 150, but they're changing the math on it too, I believe. It's going to be a final multiplicative bonus like Roar, but it will not work on abilities. Keep that in mind. So that 30 we're scaling off of is going to be off of strength too. So going back to the Helminth chair just to show these comparisons. Now, I think Roar will definitely be better for damage, as it does work on abilities, and it also it's always been good to have better numbers too. But here's the thing, and here's why DE will probably not make it where Roar and Eclipse are the exact same numbers. So Roar gives a bunch of damage and all that, but there's a couple things about it. It's not recastable. It only does damage, and also it's actually a lot of energy and a decently, not great duration. You have to also be near your teammates to hit them with this too. But yeah, it does work on abilities. Does work on really well on DOTs and all that. For Eclipse, I think the reason DE won't be like, okay, we're gonna make it 1-to-1 the same damage as Roar. Look at this versatility. There's technically versatility here, and it will be getting increased as well with the Helminth. So the damage reduction, so this has tankiness and it has damage. And after this change, you'll be able to swap between the two. So just because Eclipse isn't giving you as much damage as Roar technically is, I'm sure in DE's eyes that's okay to them, because there's other things this Helminth does. This only costs 25 energy as well. So yeah, the Helminth version is getting pretty massively nerfed. But also they told us that was going to be happening regardless. because they are going to make, if they were to make it a toggle, which they are. So yeah, you'll be able to, so on the bright side, you could probably be using this as a good tank ability going forward. And I'm sure there will be plenty of times you can still use it in like an arbitration or something. Although, actually, I take it back. Playing actual Mirage in an arbitration would be better because the Total Eclipse buff is going to be a lot stronger than this, because the helmet version of Eclipse is going to be like, what, like 30%? It's like reduced by 85% basically. So if you are doing a mission and you want to have massive damage, you got to bring actual Mirage going forward and put out the Total Eclipse on, hopefully with a decent amount of range, so you can actually hit your teammates with it. So while active, allies benefit from Eclipse within 15 meters. So that full damage buff you'll be getting will be given to your entire team as well. So yeah, going forward, Helmet Eclipse massively nerfed, but Mirage herself going to be better than ever because she'll have full control over when she has her massive damage buff. And yeah, I think overall it is good that they're going to be doing this change to the frame. I think the helmet version is getting nerfed a lot, but also the helmet version was extremely ridiculously strong. So they said they were going to do that regardless. Wish it didn't have to happen, but it is happening. So that's your first news nugget. Now let's move on to another one that you might not be fully aware of, because this actually flew a little bit under the radar for a lot of people. And that's going to be the big changes to Warframe Twitch drops. Yes, Warframe Twitch drops are something that is definitely, basically have to definitely be aware of it if you're in the Warframe space, because there's, you can get free Archon shards, you can get free Umbra Formas. And right here we have the newest post as of yesterday at 9 a.m. This is going to be involving iOS Twitch drops, and I actually have some actual in-game explanations of this. So right here, someone from my Discord server said, "We are unable to give this campaign to you for the fully built forma on iOS." So yes, since Warframe got launched on mobile, guys, mobile iOS drops for Twitch do not work for Warframe anymore. As you can see in this picture right here, this guy was trying to get drops progress on his phone. You cannot even get progress for drops on your phone anymore on iOS, guys. So if you want to get Twitch drops for Warframe, you need to watch it on something that's not an iPhone, okay? That is, I know, it's crazy. It's like, what? Why? They're going to go over it right here, and I believe it is something involving Apple, third-party apps and stuff like that. But let's just read what they have here. Hello, Tenno. With the release of the iOS Warframe version, there are some changes to how viewers using the iOS Twitch app will interact with Warframe Twitch drop campaigns moving forward. Since Warframe is now officially an iOS game, those watching Warframe directory streams via the iOS Twitch app, for example on iPhone, will no longer be able to participate in Twitch drop campaigns. Unfortunately, this is not a supported functionality on Twitch per their official drops. So since Warframe is now a mobile iPhone game, we do not get to have Twitch drop progress if you're on the Twitch mobile app. I know, it's like, what? Okay. I understand because they have some internal policy or whatever, but it's also as a player just looking at this, I'm like, wow, okay, good thing I read this forum post. So if you want extremely detailed information on the drops, they have an article right here. But we apologize for any confusion this may cause, and will ensure this restriction is clearly communicated in all our future campaigns. Important clarifications: only viewers using the iOS Twitch app will not be able to earn these Twitch drops. Players with an iOS Warframe account should be able to earn drops if they are on a non-iOS. So if you're on mobile, let's say you have a mobile account, you're on your iPhone or whatever, you can get Twitch drop progress on your PC or whatever, which is lame because it's okay, I'm playing mobile, I'm out of town right now, that's why I'm playing Warframe mobile, I want to get drops too. You can't do that. You gotta get a computer or something, a laptop, put it up in the background. That's the only way you can get drops if you are trying to get on mobile, or rather anything, basically anything besides iOS, how you get the drops. Okay, so should you wish to participate in the Twitch drops campaign, we recommend doing viewing a non-eligible iOS device. So yeah, this is brand new information as of yesterday. I think they actually just posted another comment about this. And yeah, as I showed right there, it is actually the case. Someone in my server was trying to get progress on the drops because they were out of town, and this is what they were greeted with. We cannot do this campaign on iOS. So big change there. Not really front and center. It wasn't a thing that pops up when you sign into the game, over here on the community tab. It's not oh, drops are changing. It's they show the drop schedule, they didn't show the drops are changing. So going forward, guys, if you want to get I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but this is how it is. If you want to get the Archon Shard drops on any upcoming streams, maybe on if they're doing one for the next dev stream, make sure you have a situation set up where it's either an Android phone with the app, or a actual desktop with the app, or a PlayStation with the app, whatever it ends up being. You cannot do it on iPhone going forward, okay? Hopefully DE gives us more clarification at some point, but this is what we got for you. So Mirage herself getting buffed, the Mirage helmet getting massively nerfed, and then the Twitch drops no longer work on iPhones. So hopefully you guys found this video fun and helpful. I'll see you in the next one. And yeah, take it easy, guys. Bye.